Yeah, this your boy Rich Notch, and I'm chilling in the chop shop today. We got a special episode, hip hop fashion episode. Got two guys to my left. Introduce yourselves and your brand.
Peace, what's good? It's June, the owner of Ashade Clothing.
Right.
Yeah, man, my name is Samuel. I'm the owner and founder of Get Fresh Sneakers.
Get Fresh Sneakers. All right. And so, since fashion had a lot to do with hip hop since back in the days, even today, this is gonna be a part one episode where we incorporate fashion with hip hop. Know what I mean? Absolutely. And these are two young black entrepreneurs right here starting. They got their brand up and going. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're gonna start. The first question is: so first of all, what made you decide to pursue fashion? Like, whoever go first. Like, what made you decide to like?
Well, it all started with me collecting sneakers. You know,
Sneakerhead.
I had a love for sneakers since I was young, and I believe I had a unique sense of style. So I wanted to make clothing that would go with the sneakers. Right. So I knew I wasn't gonna make as much money as Jordan was selling these sneakers, and I wanted something of my own also. I wanted something that I could stand on my own 2 feet, something I could, put my imprint on. So I decided to do clothing and things like that. But it started with a couple of T-shirts, and then it branched off into different things like hats or other things, sweatshirts and things like that.
I see that hats. This was one of the first designs or the second design?
It's the second design.
All right.
It's like a snowball effect. You always improve and keep going on with the.
I see what it is. Fresh, get fresh.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the newer designs you're wearing right now.
Yeah, this is something. This is we previewing it for this episode. It's the first time we're getting it out here.
Okay, exclusive.
Absolutely.
I mean, and what about you? Like, what made you want to pursue a career in fashion?
I just think it's something, Coming from New York City, growing up, fashion is a big part of our culture, right? Mm-hmm. Dudes always want to look fly, have the latest sneakers, the latest gear, going to school. You just want to make sure that you look right. It's like the first day of school. You always excited about putting things together. So just coming up in my environment, Brooklyn, and then moving to Queens, Far Rockaway, growing up in Ocean Village, we pride ourselves on looking good going to school. So that's kind of that's always been a part of me, I guess. And now as I got older, I just tapped more into my culture, into my heritage, and that's kind of how the Ashade brand grew from that. And so now I'm just blending the two, my culture, my American culture here, and then also my Nigerian culture from back home in Nigeria. Okay. So that's how Ashade was born.
All right. 'Cause back in the day, they used to call you Jiggy June.
Oh,
For those who don't know,
we
all went to school, we all grew up in the same hood. That was your name, Jiggy June.
That's a great point. So I mean, Sammy, P, and I, we all, grew up together. Mm-hmm. So again, this is nothing new to us. This is something that we've been doing, just encouraging each other, motivating each other, just with our style and our creativity. And so, for Pete talking about back in the day, I used to get a lot of colorful stuff. Like I used to get like Air Max,
real bright,
real bright Nautica jackets, Hilfiger jackets, just real colorful. So my man found Al from Ocean Village one day. He was like, "Man, you always fresh, you always jiggy. I'm gonna call you Jiggy June." And it was funny because there was another dude in Ocean Village they called him Jiggy. He was Jiggy James. But then I kind of just took over the name and just ran with it, and it stuck from there.
All right.
It's funny you brought that up.
Yeah. So your brand basically caters to different.
Yeah. So
I peeped at the fashion show that was a little while ago, which was a great turnout. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You had like different different lanes.
Yeah, definitely. So it is a male-inspired, African-inspired brand that caters to men predominantly. We are gonna roll into transition into catering to women, but right now we're doing shirts, accessories, pocket squares, hoodies, hats. We have T-shirts.
See that?
What you see
you see.
So we're doing, we have what we would call formal wear, sports wear, and just regular, I guess, street wear for what you would see. So we're just trying to make a little bit of something for everyone that people could relate to and they could rock on a day-to-day basis, whether you're going to work, whether you're going to church, whether you're just hanging out with your peoples or casually with, on a date. We just want something that everybody could kind of relate to.
Exactly.
And Get Fresh is mostly what would you say? Urban, street, sport?
Urban. We have some casual wear. some sweatpants, some hoodies, things that you could wear just about anywhere, on all occasions.
Okay, that's good, versatile. So like, far as like past styles or trends, like, what was y'all favorite like in the past and right now, like when it comes to like trends, like in the industry, like what?
For me, I would say I've never been one to follow trends. I mean, you know, trends come and go, obviously. If we're talking about hip hop is a big influence, so there's always trends, right? You have the throwback era. You have, for us, that's growing up in New York in the 90s, everything was real baggy, you know, just real New York street, you know, the concrete jungle, that just like real like macho, where you had the Timbs and the jean jackets and the denim, the fatigues, right, pullovers.
Shiny suits.
And we did all of that. You know, I remember we used to have fatigue day when we was in junior high school. We would all rock our pullovers with our fatigues and our Timbs, our beef and broccolis, so whatever it was. But the thing, we never really subscribed to trends, so we just kind of, you know, did what we felt was natural for us, but it also maintained, you know, what was current. So if dudes was rocking jerseys, we'll make sure we have fly throwbacks or whatever it was that, you know, we were doing at the time.
Yeah, so in terms of trends from back in the days in the past, which
in terms of trends,
did you like?
They had a lot of different things that was heavily influenced. Well, first things that come to mind was I like the I think it was like maybe like the mid 2000s with like the Vizu jeans, and they had the different things on the back of the jeans, or like the red monkeys and things like that. So some of that is actually inspired by some of the clothing that I have. Some of it has a lot of stuff on the back of it, opposed to like the front. The front is maybe like a little chill, but the back would be a little bit elaborate. We had different things also, like also we mentioned like the tech suits, the joggers now, the things like that. Also, where there was like this one T-shirt where it had like the U shape in the back. I liked that a lot. It was real cool. And also back in the day, also I used to like Mesquite. Mesquite was real big back in the day. I love that. That was great. Also Coogee with the different colors and just so many different ways you could take your idea and just put it in different areas and different designs and different things. That's outside of the norm.
Okay.
Like, so yeah.
So as far as today, like what trends do y'all like? Like as far as
today would be I like the joggers. I like the sweatsuits. Today, I like I think that'd be like the joggers and the sweatsuits predominantly.
What about you?
What I like the fact that we're wearing stuff that's more our size, like more. Honestly speaking, because you look back at old photos, we definitely evolved. Right? So even with the like Sammy was saying with the tracksuits, like they're fitted, right? You know, they fit us, and now what I'm doing with with Ashade, with Ankara material, it's stuff that's more fitting, so that for each person, it looks unique. Exactly. It's not a one-size-fits-all, right, where everybody's looking the same. It's just a cardboard box printout type of thing. It fits the person. It looks like it was intended for that person. So I like that idea that now we're wearing stuff that's fitting to our physique, and what we're doing.
All right. And okay, what would y'all like to see take place in the future for hip hop fashion? Like, if y'all could look in the future, 10 years from now, like what would y'all like to happen, to take place, to impact fashion, hip hop fashion?
I would like to see a lot more urban brands, a lot more young black guys coming out with their own clothing. I like what for us in the culture to determine what we like, not for outside people to come in and tell us what to like or push them or impose their will upon what we like to wear and things like that. Like, I see a lot of outside influence and things like that. The culture will always continue to change and evolve, but I like to see us take control and drive the narrative of where we're going to go in terms of fashion, opposed to other people telling us.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with Sammy too. I think to a degree, our community and our culture, we've always been a driving force for hip hop. Right? You see what we rock, and then that transcends into the videos, and then that transcends into to white America. You're seeing kids, you know, rocking what we rock
Exactly.
in our neighborhoods.
But then the big companies get a hold of it.
The big companies
change
get
it.
a hold of it.
Once they see
Yeah.
whatever, they'll snatch it up and take it from y'all and make big money off it.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like Jay said, nothing. Everything starts with us. We say
Everything.
what goes.
Absolutely.
You understand? So we need to control that.
Absolutely. And you see a lot of artists, they try to do that. You know, Jay-Z had the Rockaway,
Yeah.
Diddy had the Sean
Yeah,
John.
State Farm.
Yeah. State
Many
Property,
different
they
things.
had
Yeah,
that,
State
you
Property.
know, Lil Wayne, FUBU, yeah. Even Russell Sims with Fat Farm, even that back in the day. So I guess artists were hip to the game, like, yo, this is what we're supposed to be doing, and they've been going out and creating their own thing.
But
So
we know now, we wiser.
Now we know,
Exactly.
so, you know.
Yeah.
So I would like to continue to see that happen, and I would also like for artists to also, for young guys like us, that's like really, you know, out here, for them to tap into us, for creative, you know, inspiration. You see that with Virgil now, right? You know, him doing this thing, to tap into more guys that's just like really into the fashion and kind of help us, you know, get our ideas and our thoughts out there also.
Okay, well, what do y'all think about, off topic, what do y'all think about like Kanye, his whole, how he goes so hard with the fashion, like he's so passionate about it to the point where some people get a little annoyed with him, like, because I've been to a Kanye concert where he stopped the concert in the middle of the show and he ranted probably, it seemed like an hour. It probably wasn't an hour, but when you sitting down and listen to somebody talk for 30 minutes or whatever, 20, that seems like forever. Absolutely. And all basically he was ranting about is different designers, what they're not doing with him, what he's trying to do in the fashion world, like what it,
Well, I mean, anything that you have that you create that belongs to you, you're very passionate about it. Mm-hmm. And, you know, just like any entrepreneur, when things don't go your way and you don't understand why, it's frustrating. It's creatively frustrating. It becomes stifling. So I can understand you being very, very passionate about the things that you want to create. This is yours. You know, understand that this is something that you want to deliver to the world. You want to give your sense of style to the world. And
but I don't think nobody, not to cut you off, I don't think nobody's stopping him from doing that. He got the money, the power, the platform to do it, but he keeps, from what I got from it is
he was looking for acceptance.
Acceptance,
from
yeah, with
European
these
brands and stuff like
I mean,
that.
when you reach a certain level, they always say that you only get to a certain level. Somebody else has to open up the door for you to get to the top. So I guess maybe that's the door he's trying to bang on. I'm not too sure about that. I'm not there yet, but I think that might be it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I agree too. I think we had a conversation about that at the time. Where it was just like he was definitely. I understand what he was trying to do. He wanted a luxury brand, you know, so he could be on the same platform with those different fashion houses over there in Europe, right? The Louis Vuittons and the Gucci's and all those other folks.
Ralph.
Oh yeah, and the Ralph Lauren.
Ain't Ralph though.
Yeah, I mean that's cool and all, and you saying that, but I mean, who are you really catering to? You know, like I mean.
Yeah, they say it's for the people, but then you sell a shirt with a bunch of holes in it,
right?
For
$500.
I would sell a white T-shirt for like a few $100s. I mean,
the average person
literally a white T-shirt, but I mean, none of his stuff is appealing to me, to be frank and honest about it. So I mean, it depends on who we trying to. Nah, I like Kanye, but it's fashion. I'm not. I mean, it's fashion. I'm okay with. I'm not. It's just not something that's for me personally.
What about the footwear?
Not even the footwear. The footwear look crazy.
Like the footwear?
Some of them I really like. Some of them is kind of like a swing and a miss. It's just, I don't think that the price tag doesn't fit exactly what we're seeing on the shoe.
Right.
I forgot which one it was, but I like some of them.
The
Very
newest joints he
unique.
just came out with, they look crazy. They like the old school Elises.
Yeah, a lot of those do look like some
do.
Payless $30 sneakers and stuff, and they're selling it for $200-300.
And they real bulky.
Maybe.
I mean, but you know,
it's the culture is driven by hype.
Right.
And it's
his name though. I mean,
different.
if somebody else came out with that same sneaker, it wouldn't
I
be
don't
as
think I
hot.
had the same impact.
So I mean, he going off of his brand and who he is. So, and that's cool. But
all right. So like, as young black entrepreneurs, what is the biggest obstacle so far y'all feel y'all had to overcome?
The biggest obstacles that we have to overcome.
As fashion designers, yeah, that you had to come across in this business so far. Like,
Well, speaking from personal experience, is even though like having to work with other people and having them to believe in your dream as much as you do, because what I would do is I would work with some designers and I would also work with screen printers, And a lot of these guys, they take their time. They don't really see the beginning process of it. They don't really see, you know, what you're trying to do. So they just kind of treat you like another client and stuff like that. And it becomes frustrating because you believe in it and you want your stuff to get out there, and they kind of just take their time, or they kind of push it to the back, and it becomes a bit frustrating when you're dealing with that. And also when it comes to like videographers and things like that, they want to work with someone who's already established, opposed to someone who's coming up. Mm-hmm. And you understand, everybody starts somewhere, and they kind of they don't really see that. But you got to be the driving force behind it and continue to believe in yourself when the whole entire world is telling you that it's not going to happen. You have to be the only one to believe in it, you know. Exactly, so that's the hardest part, and it becomes it's a gamble. You put everything you got into this thing, you know. If it don't work, then I don't know, but you just got to, you know, stay strong with that.
What about you? Like, what obstacles so far?
I would say just, you know, being able to scale, right? In the beginning, you have your family, your friends that likes what you do.
And the support.
In the support, right? So people will like it. People say, yo, I like what you're doing. I love what you're doing. But putting action behind their words is kind of, you don't always get that, right? Mm-hmm. And that's fine, because as entrepreneurs, we can't really depend on our family and friends to sustain our business, exactly. Right? So the goal is always to scale up and to grow outside of your immediate network. But in order to do that, you have to tap into the network that you do have, which is your family and friends, and hope that they would also, you know, promote and speak to their family and friends, so that way it could grow, right? Because there is power in numbers.
Absolutely. And promotion's free, like I always say. That's free. That don't cost you nothing.
Right.
Exactly. If I ask you for a favor and help, people automatically think, oh, you talking money.
It don't have to be.
It don't got to be money.
Different forms. Right.
Exactly.
But support comes in many different forms. So I think. So again, I mean, just having people like what you're doing and say, yeah, I like what you're doing, and they'll like it on Instagram and on Facebook and stuff like that. But then, you know, putting action behind that.
It's two different things.
It's two different things. And, you know, just doing that alone helps you, because now you're growing and you're getting out there to other people that you may not even know. And then hopefully those people will see your products and then buy it, right? Like you said, we're just not looking for you to say, oh, just buy my stuff or whatever. Like, nah, I'm not looking at you. I'll give my stuff out to my friends, you know, as much as possible.
Exactly.
As if they putting the word out and then getting the other people that I don't know, who don't know me, right?
Yeah, social media, put it up, tag it, like share it. You know what I mean?
That's encouraging in itself when people are doing
Once
that.
you see that,
right? Because you're like, man, now I got my people behind me. It's like a whole, system. Yeah, you got a whole ecosystem of support, and they're all pushing you up, and then you'll see it take off from there. So
do y'all think like being raised in a hood gives y'all a little edge over the other fashion designers that's just starting out? You think like growing up in the hood gives y'all a little more edge in the fashion industry?
I think so, because in the hood, you see everything. You know, the hood, in terms of style and everything, we're the main ones that are buying all this stuff. Mm-hmm. We're the main ones that are pushing all these agendas. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying too? We're the main consumers. We're the main target market. They target us. You understand what I'm saying too? Like if you see like Yankee hats, for instance, you see the traditional Yankee, but you also see the other colors and stuff like that they would never wear on a baseball field. Mm-hmm. Why do they have those kind of things? Because they're not trying to sell it to those people. They're trying to sell it to us. Mm-hmm. We're the ones that drive everything, the sneakers and anything, record sales, anything you could think of. Everything comes from the hood, so we have a unique sense of style. And
so you got an edge on the average designer coming from
wherever.
Bel Air or the suburb, from the suburbs or something.
Absolutely.
You got a little edge on them. You feel the same?
Yeah, to a degree. You know, the hood it's the essence that helps develop who you are, right? So it's like ingrained in your DNA, and that, just like Sammy was saying, you see a lot of things growing up in different environments. So that alone provides, like, you know, a fire, like, oh man, I want to do better. I want to, you know,
sense of urgency.
Right, exactly. And then you want to reach back and show people that who you grew up around, like, look, this is possible, right? Not just the guys saying it on TV, but like
somebody that you
really know,
right?
That you touch. You got their number, you know,
like it's real.
Type of thing.
It's not make believe on television.
Right. But as far as having like, I mean, people that's like, you know, living in, you know, quote unquote affluent neighborhoods, they have resources, right? Their parents and they, you know, family members, they have money and stuff like that. So it's easy for them to scale up, right? And have people like backing them with finances. So I wouldn't say we have an edge from that perspective, but we do know what hard work means, and we do know what, grinding means, where they may not, right? So if they reach a speed bump along their path, it may really set them back a few, where for us, a speed bump is nothing. We gotta keep moving.
Built for that.
Right, exactly.
So like, what's y'all creative process? Like when y'all designing and making design, like what's y'all creative process? And if you do get stuck while trying to create, like how do you get unstuck? Like, you know how rappers catch writer's block sometimes when you writing rhymes. They might have to watch TV, work out, read a book, drink something, smoke something. Like when y'all designing, what's y'all process? And if you get stuck designing, trying to get this certain design, like how do you get out of that?
Well, you get inspiration from everyday items, everyday things. You look at something and you like, this would be cool if I arrange it this way, or I put it this way, or if how would it look on a T-shirt or a hat or something like that. And you're always thinking every day. So it's not like when you sit down and you're doing it right there at your desk or something like that, and you stop. You're always thinking about it. You can do anything else. You can go on about the rest of your day. Work out, go to work, whatever it is. You're always consistently thinking about it as you go on throughout the day. It's like a puzzle. The puzzle may not fit right then and there, but maybe when you're jogging or something like that, or you're working out, the puzzle may fit. You may see something on television, or you may see somebody else when you're looking at another person's clothing or something like that, and bam, there you go. It'll work just like this. So, so just going about your day and just continue to do what you do. That'll kind of break you out of maybe like the block or whatever the case may be.
Okay, so that's your process. I know most of your designs are influenced by, like you said, the culture and everything that you was raised in. So,
yeah, you're right on. Like, pretty much a combination of what you guys both said. A lot of my stuff is influenced based on one, my culture, my Nigerian culture, and then again my American culture. And then also my experiences, kind of like what Sam was saying, just like your everyday experiences, going out there and seeing different things. And then my friends, I mean,
talk to people.
Right, exactly. Just like everything that you see is kind of like a byproduct of the people that's around me, my experiences, and that's it. I mean, as far as getting stuck and stuff, like, I can't say I've gotten stuck, or I've gotten to a place where like, oh man, I'm frustrated and I don't know what to do. I kind of operate where I just like if I'm not in the mood to really be thinking about designing or creating something, then I just won't do that, and I'll come back to when I'm in a space that I'm ready to. That allows me to do that. So,
all right. Y'all ever dealt with any like customers, crazy customers from hell? Like they say they want this or this size or this color, then you get it to them, then they not happy or they're all over the place. Y'all ever deal with anything like that? Or y'all been good so far? Y'all ain't gotta say no names. There might be family members or friends, so y'all don't gotta put them on blast. But
I've dealt with that on the sneaker side of it. I had a person tell me that they wanted a certain pair of shoes, and then I finally got it from. I actually had to meet this person in Manhattan, in the city. But I was ready to go to Jersey to go pick up some sneakers. I had the person tell me what he wanted, and then I went down there, got it for him, met him in the city. It's all for him to say, nah, this is not what I wanted. It took me everything I had not to slap this guy, man. You know what I'm saying? But I just said, you know what, it's cool. I'm a hustler. I'm gonna get this off anyway. So it just was like, I kind of scheduled my day around this guy. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't going to Jersey today. I was going to Jersey some other day. Right. But I said, let me go to Jersey today, pick up what I got to pick up now, and get this guy his pair of shoes. Only for him to tell me, nah, this wasn't what I was talking about, as if I've been doing this since like whatever. Come on, man.
That goes to show you people don't respect other people's time.
That's another thing, man. Like
people don't have no respect for other people's time. Do you still deal with that customer? Did he come later?
Nah.
Oh, that was it. That was the last.
That was the last time I've ever seen her. He never bought the shoes anyway.
What about you?
Nah, not so much. I wouldn't say I've gotten to a point where something like that has happened to me. Well, what has happened to me, I come across, again, friends again, and they'd be like, man, I like your stuff. Like, I want to buy something. Bring it here. I'm like, there's a whole website for that. You go on the website, and you can purchase it and stuff like that. I don't have, so that way it's easier. I don't have to come and meet you and do stuff like that. So you created a tool to make it easy for your customers, but again, they still be like, yo, next time I see you, bring this or bring that. I was like, dude, I don't want to be carrying all my products all over the place. Just, go online, make the purchase, and it come to your door. It'd be easy, but you know how people are sometimes.
You gotta make it as easy as possible for the customer sometimes.
They say the customer's always right, but
Yeah, and that's what you know you got to work with them.
You got to be a people person.
Absolutely.
In the field, y'all
in the very beginning.
Absolutely.
When you're very happy for every single person that even looks your way.
Right.
So sometimes you take more than enough, more crap than you need to.
Right.
So back in the days, you know, we used to watch Video Music Box or The Box or
MTV.
TRL or whatever. Like, what rapper was your favorite as far as like fashion go? That you always be like, yo, I like his style. Like every time, like he always fresh. Like you like his style. Like you could pick one from back in the day.
Just one? That's tough.
All right, I'll give y'all two.
All right,
Two each. Like.
So you say it has to be a back in the day, or just all time?
I mean, all time. We ain't got to take it back in the day. It could be now. It could be a couple of years ago. Like what artist in hip hop that every time you see them, like they inspire you to either get fresh or y'all design it, so it might inspire you. Like, yo, that's how I want to put something together.
I'm gonna have to break the rules on this song. He's saying too.
I think Diddy got a good style.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
Diddy.
saying?
I ain't like those.
He throwing the suit. No, not when he was rocking the leather
jacket.
Yeah,
The crazy strap.
Oh, the little. I need a
Pirate
girl
jacket. Yeah.
I need a girl part 2 jacket.
Yeah.
I know a person, my man Fab.
I like
Fab
that.
is always
Fab
fresh. Fab is always fresh.
He's
Always
always
got his
clean.
finger on the pulse of what's hot.
Yeah, he always clean.
Fab stay fresh. So that's one for you.
The next one, I would probably say my man Killer Cam.
Cam?
Yeah. The whole entire the whole Dipset with the whole Pelés and stuff like that was also a very big influence.
Yeah, the Pelé gang.
Yeah.
What about you?
So as far as back in the day, I gotta say like Wu-Tang. When Wu-Tang came on the scene, like, you know, they were real colorful. They had Halle Hansons. They had
Ghost and Ray was colorful.
Yeah,
the rest of them
Ghost
was
and
kind
Ray.
of.
Yeah, but Ghost and Ray.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
you're right to be in particular about it. But yeah, Ray and Ghost was definitely guys who I really rock with as far as their fashion and their creativity. Like Sammy said, Fab is always like you know, on the top of the list as far as his fashion and
Fab stay fresh.
and setting trends. He's a trendsetter in himself. I mean, Jay too. Jay, you know,
Yeah.
when Jay could say, you know, we doing button-ups now, and everybody go from doing jerseys to button-ups.
Exactly.
You know he has.
Everybody
heavy
threw their
influence.
jerseys out.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say, you know, those artists.
All right. Like what style from back in the days that you, if you could go back in time, or matter of fact, you can't go back in time. Yeah, you look at it now, you like just shake your head embarrassed. You look at some of the stuff you wore,
white tee,
the long white tees, like a dress.
Those
was crazy. The jersey suit that used to come down.
Right,
I remember your Karl Malone jersey was sick.
My Karl Malone jersey was definitely reckless, man. It's super long. That whole era, like, just like I said,
Extra cloth, extra.
Yeah, because then you have those products now. You can't do nothing with it. You can't walk
them.
outside with any of those things. You gotta sell them or try to find a
Drop
way
off
to
at a
just
shelter.
get rid of them. Yeah.
I would probably say maybe like the Red Monkey jeans, things of that nature, or the Evisu jeans with the big M at the bottom.
I never tapped into that when those was hot.
I used to love those things. I used to really love those things. But to think about it, there was like the Red Monkey jeans was going for like $800. To have something that costs so much money, and you can't even wear it now. You wear it now, you're gonna get laughed out of the building.
Yeah.
And it's just wild how you could have so much juice, and then now you ain't got nothing.
That's why the key is back to one of the question you had earlier when you was talking about trends. It's kind of like create something that's boundless, right? That doesn't really follow a wave.
Exactly.
So that way it'll stand the test of time and it'll be around. It's something that you could rock, in the next 10, 15, 20 years.
Okay. And as far as your strengths go, like what is your greatest strengths to help you as a designer? What would you say your greatest strength is that to help you in the field you're in?
My greatest strength is, you know, just drawn from, you know, the people around me, like positive influences. I'm a person who's always seen the glass half full rather than half empty. So just remaining positive and just not being discouraged by anything, and just remaining focused on the end game. That's kind of my greatest strength.
What you saying?
My strengths would be to not keep myself confined, to always keep my mind open to be inspired by all different things. You know, you don't want to just be in a box and say, I'm only going to do things this way for these kind of things. I just wanted to take things all over the place. When I first started, I never thought I would have hats, or I never thought I would have a sweatsuit, or I never thought I would have different shirts and things of that nature. and just to keep yourself open and always inspired and always, you know, looking to do the next and best thing. Never staying complacent. Always turning the next page. Always keep trying to reinvent yourself and things of that nature. I think that's one of my biggest strengths.
All right. So for your brand, what would you say your target audience is?
People who love sneakers.
People that love sneakers.
People who love sneakers. Everybody loves sneakers.
What about you?
My target audience is
Asha Day. What's your target audience?
It's crazy because you don't like to like put people in a box, but I mean, you know, men from 18 to 55 that's inspired by, you know, our heritage of royalty, rich fabric and cloths, just, you know, just the essence of who we are, where we came from, and tapping into the rich fabrics that comes from, you know, Africa, Nigeria in particular, and that just likes to be stylish and creative and different, you know, not rocking something that everybody's doing, and just being independent as far as fashion.
Independent, okay. Who's your favorite designer?
My favorite designer.
Ralph Lauren.
Probably gonna say Ralph Lauren.
Ralph Lauren?
Yeah.
Polo always classic, like the whole Ralph Lauren.
Ralph Lauren, Carl Kanai, many different things. Guys who stand the test of time. Guys who can withstand the waves because they can always bounce. Guys who take real good look at who pride themselves on quality of their clothing. You understand what I'm saying? Things that aren't going to be cheap and flimsy, and things that aren't going to be, you know, like one wash and it's a wrap. You know, things that you can always continue to wear. And like I said, guys who stand the test of time, because these guys have been out for a long time. Nautica, all these different brands. But yeah, I would say like Ralph and Carl Kanai.
What about you? Like, what designer sticks out in your mind? One designer that
I don't really have a designer in particular. Honestly, I can't really think of one in particular who I could say, oh, this is, you know, a person that I like. I'm trying to sit up here and think of some black designers, but again, I don't really have anyone who I was like followed throughout their career. I mean, the people that Sammy named are people that's, you know, their products have been in our neighborhoods for years. Right? So it's easy for us to really you know, mention those guys, but I don't have one in particular that I could say who I subscribe to, I would say.
All right. And last question. Far as like any hip hop artist, if you could pick any hip hop artist to do a commercial or ad wearing your brand right now,
Good question.
or if they was just rocking in a video, like if you could pick one hip hop artist today,
That's a good question.
anyone in the whole industry, you could be like, he gonna do your ad for Get Fresh, and he's gonna rock it in his video and everything. Who would you pick and why? Who would you pick and why?
Wow, if I had to pick just one.
It has to be hip hop artists, or you saying
Hip-hop.
artists? It has to be hip hop. Okay,
Hip-hop
cool.
artists.
Got you.
One person, I would probably give it to Jewels.
Jewels.
I think
Jewels
so.
today?
Yeah, I think so. Because
Jewels
anything,
out there, wow. Yeah.
Jewels, you know, he's in a bit of a trouble right now, but hopefully he sees his way through that.
Yeah. But why would you pick him, Jewels?
Because anytime you put something on Jewels, it always moves the needle. Any single time. You could think of all the big urban brands. Once Jewels get his hands on it, it always goes. So him and Fab, but I only got to choose one. But him in particular, it always moves the needle every single time. With Supreme, with
That's a good point.
what is the other one that they had back in the day?
Snowblocks.
Slowbucks. Slow. There was another one with the cartoon characters and stuff. That was way back. I forgot the name of it. But yeah, anytime you put stuff on him, this guy always moves the needle every single time without fail.
Good point.
I would have to say, for me, I would have to say Wale, only because it makes sense. You know, him being Nigerian.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a good match.
Marketing. That do make sense to go with.
And I like Wale. I like you know, I like what he's doing. So I think Wale would probably be a good match. Yeah, definitely.
So, like, how do y'all stay up to date with today's fashion?
You always, like I said, always being inspired, always keeping your eyes open.
You do keep your eyes open to everything and do whatever.
You study and find everything. Anything that anyone is doing, you look at it, you see, all right, that's cool. You understand? You put that in your back pocket. And always continue to just look. You understand what I'm saying? Always looking at everything, seeing everything, reading the interviews, looking at the magazines, every single thing. I like what inspired me to do that was like Eminem. He listens to everything, every single thing when it comes to hip hop. That's how he found 50. Everything you listen to, you never ever stop. You know, always continue.
That's how most of the greats do. Like great producers, they just don't listen. If they could be a hip hop producer, but they're not just gonna listen to hip hop.
Exactly.
They listen to the great rock bands, the great R&B, the great soul, even gospel. Like they listen to everything and incorporate it when they do hip hop.
And they put their style on it, or their stamp on it.
That's what they become. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's what they become the best. All right, well. That's basically the end of the episode. Like I like what y'all doing.
Part 1.
I like where it's going. Yeah, this is part 1. You know, hip hop is a big market, so
big heavy influence also.
Yeah,
it's the influence. I think it's an influence for the whole entire world. Personally, anywhere you go, you see the stamp and the influence of hip hop. Period.
Yeah,
I don't care where you go, any part of the planet, you always see it.
As hip hop listeners, y'all like them rappers, the type of the rappers that always rap about fashion, because y'all into fashion, but the rappers that talk a lot of that, always throwing name brands out there, expensive stuff,
I mean, if
materialistic.
If it fits their character, if you got a flashy and gaudy rapper who prides himself on the finer things, then yeah, it's cool. But if you're just doing it just for the sake of doing it, like clout chasing or whatever, then.
But do you personally like that? Is that your cup of tea, or you take doses of it, or?
A little bit, piece it. You know, I don't take too big of a bite. A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, rappers do it in a clever way. They, name drop here and there. I mean, as long as it's good music, I rock with it. But if you just talking about all, fashion, that's probably not
expensive watches, expensive clothes, expensive sneakers.
I mean, doing it here and there. I mean, like again, like in a clever way. I mean, that's cool. Like how Jay-Z do it, Fab do it. They may name drop, here and there, but it'd have to be in like small doses. That's not full blown like the boom we just talking about fashion. Just it has to be clever. Because at the end of the day, it has to be good music at the end of the day.
So what do y'all got? Anything lined up? Anything? Let the people know. Let everybody know if you got anything lined up. Throw your IG out there, whatever social media platforms.
You can find me on all social media platforms at Get Fresh Sneakers. We got some new hats coming out. We got some new T-shirts coming out. We got some new sweatsuits coming out, different flavors, different colors. We got some commercials coming out. We got different ways of marketing and getting the product out to you in a way that you can enjoy it. And just keep looking out for me, man. I'm here and I ain't going nowhere.
Get fresh.
Yeah, so we just came off our fashion show that you mentioned, last month, which was a huge success.
Huge.
Shout out to Radiant Mall.
Yeah, for real. Shout out to everybody who helped put that together. We just gonna continue to ride that wave and continue to build up. We got, again, like Sammy was mentioning, we got T-shirts. We got some regular casual wear stuff, just not all Ankara clothing. So we have T-shirts, we have hats, we have a few things on the horizon. So just keep checking out for us. Instagram is Ashade, that's ASO_ADE. Facebook is Ashade Clothing. Just stay tuned, and then the website is ashade.com. So definitely check us out.
They can go there and purchase.
Yeah, you go there and purchase. You stay up to date with what's happening. Join our mailing list. So that you could be in tune when products are coming out, and just keep a lookout for us because we definitely working.
All right. So y'all heard it first. Y'all see what it is. Y'all see what my people out here doing. It's a fall rock culture, thing. Man. Queens for the culture.
Nigeria.
Right. Get fresh.
Word.
Asha Day.
Word.
We out here. We working.
Chop it up, hip hop.
Chop it up. I'm working. You know what I mean? No doubt. You already know, brother. Y'all already know what it is.
Word.
All right. So like we say all the time, stay fit and keep it hip hop. Peace. Fresh.